Alright, so in this one, we are going to be doing a top 5 1% sparking, well, go over, right? I want to do an overview of the top 5 1% sparkings as of right now, June 25th, 2022. So this is not, all-time top 5 1% sparkings. This is not, top 10 1% sparkings of all time. No, this is right now where the current meta of PvP is. These units. Now, number 5 might have some, units that are like 5B, 5C, but the main one will be shown out. Same with number 4, 3, 2, 1. Obviously, we'll start from number 5 and going forward from there. Just say, by the way, if you are new and enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe as we are attempting to hit 15,000 subscribers for anniversary does end. And the other thing is, if you need QR codes, want to join my Discord for co-op, all that stuff, feel free to in the description down below. It is there, free and welcome for all to join. Now, again, like I said, 5 might have some sub-options, 3 might have some sub-options, 2 might have, there might be sub-options thrown out and about here, but I do feel like the main one that is being shown will be the best one in that, right? So, number 5, yes, is Zamasu Goku Black again, 5-2-1, right? Zamasu Goku Black. Now, again, I'm going to say this, the sub-option is a unit or 2. I could see a few sub-options for number 5 because number 5 is so... Honestly, number 5 is very fallen off from 4, and then 3 to 2 are pretty much double what number 4 is. And it's like the values just kind of like exponentially go down. Number 5, I could see Beerus being number 5 here, right? I could see Beerus being there because of what he does offer for himself and the others around him. I could even see, if I were going to like cope a little bit, Bojack has some value. Anybody else, maybe not, but again, Zamasu Goku Black, I think, is comparable to at least Beerus, and Beerus being a little bit worse than, even though Beerus has a good team. Zamasu Goku Black has a better team. They are on Future. I feel like I see them on a bench option on Future, where the core being Sword of Hope, Droids, and Cell. But hey, if there's an Ultra Gogeta coming into a match, I mean, I don't bring Mr. Sword of Hope, I bring Zamasu Goku Black, and I stonewall that Gogeta prior to this second man, last man standing of his neutrality. And even when he is neutral, I mean, Zamasu Goku Black have very good early game tanking, and what they can offer in early game is valuable. You would think after boost ended they would fall off, because how they kind of work is, well, they have damage reduction, then it cancels over time, so they're just going to innately be bad. But it actually works in a different manner to where they're very good tanks early game. They spawn a green card, they spawn blue cards, they're good for the androids, they're good as a holder, move vanish, they're good on main, they seal mains, like, they could be very tedious to deal with, and maybe not their own damage output, but again, this is a defense type. I'm building them for defense, I have good stats on them. I mean, you build them in a manner for defensiveness, sack them off early game to a rush or something like that, well, okay, they're going to lose their cut anyway, so they have that value of early game importance to where they actually can be decent. Also a mention, honorable mention, not even comparable to number 5, but God Topo, hey, you up sub count, you do good burst damage, he does his job. I like what he does. Again, he's not here. He's not going to make it, but he does do good burst damage. It does his job well. But again, this unit beats out Beerus just because team issue. Beerus does have, Whis, MUI, and himself, which is probably his best team. Zamasu Goku Black, I mean, you're running the androids, and the androids are double the unit of any other unit in this game. There's not really comparison for the androids to be with anybody else, and you'll see that here, right? You'll see units be higher up because they're on a team with this unit. While it is individual, obviously, these top 5, it's also, hey, well, if this guy's on the team with the best unit in the game, and this guy's on a team with, like, the top 3 unit, well, if they're equal in value of how they are individually, this unit will be higher up than this other unit, right? And that's what goes here, especially this here. I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous help. To where Cell heals a lot because he has heal engage, heal on his main, androids heal when 17th doing a combo. You're getting health back, getting strike damage for Cell, strike damage for Sword of Hope, I mean, even strike damage for the androids because they're omnipotent. You just have a lot of stuff going from Zamasu Goku Black, the utility of them with the big cut, with the main ability locking, with the green card spawning for the androids, because the green cards and the androids go crazy and crazy and crazy. All they have to do is cover change, like, that's it. I mean, really surprised they aged as well as they did. I'm going to be real. Zamasu Goku Black definitely aren't the number 1 pick on your team, but they are a good pick to do what their job is, which is to tank and stall and to tank and stall. Now, number 4, Number 4 is Angel Golden Frieza. Yeah, you might be wondering, oh, not Revival Frieza. He's not number 4, really. It's this guy. Yes, Revival Frieza feels a lot more vast than this guy. I feel like this guy, after Boost especially, because he did just lose Boost this past season that, started here, that we're in currently, he's very squishy. This Gold Frieza was meant to counter out Ultra Gogeta. He dropped, a couple months after Ultra Gogeta, and it was like, I do extra on Blast. I think he has the highest damage on Blast Armor in the entire game. He has, what, 150% blast damage? Yeah, and it's like, he's meant to counter out Ultra Gogeta. He even cancels buff effects on main, which cancels Gogeta's neutral. Like, this guy's meant to counter him out. It's just that he never fully did that job. Ultra Gogeta was still running around rampant, doing his work, and just, one combo game, this Golden Frieza on, like, his neutral status. And, well, he was very good on boost, and he still is very good on his damage dealing. This guy, unfortunately, not even the stat spread, it's just he does not tank. He cannot eat a hit. How this guy does work is, well, you want to take a combo, right? And then after that combo, you would heal percentage of that combo back. You heal 30% of damage received. And it's like, damn. Then you pop the main. How much do you get back on main? 25%, I believe? Hit 30%. This guy could heal 60% of health. And with boost, this guy was just, okay, let me take an Ultra Gogeta combo. Even neutral, I could eat it. Maybe I'll be at like fucking like 200, 500k health, but I'll eat the combo. You pop his main, you have the unique going. This guy's at almost full health, if not full health already. It's like, oh! But now without boost, he is a good damage dealer again. I don't want to take anything away from this guy. It's just, if you can't actually get a part of your unique active, and that's kind of where he is now, you just kind of fall flat on your face a little bit, and respectfully, Golden Frieza is kind of there where he just can't take enough hits. While he's not bad in any sequence, it's just that he can't take enough hits. He does do his job of damage, right, which, very well, right, it's very good for him. Obviously, his damage just gets higher and higher and higher. It is weird that he doesn't tank that well, because, you have 50% cut right there, just innately, and that's a real 50% cut, right? It's a little bit weird that he can't tank as well as you would figure. Stat-wise, again, he's pretty vibing. It's not... Like, let me look at 14 stars here. Like, this is equivalent stats to Zamasu Goku Black, and it's like... I guess they have more cut, technically, but that runs out. So they would probably have equivalent cut. Yet Zamasu Goku Black feel like they tank double this guy. I guess you build him for offense, Golden Frieza, but it's like... It should be similar tanking, but it's not. I don't know. Boost does some weird shit to units, I guess. But Golden Frieza... While also not having the most valuable core units right now. LOE probably still is a top 5 team in the game. I wouldn't doubt that, but you can't really run a yellow right now. It's just not safe. You have MUI, you have the droids running around. Even more so now, full power Frieza, you try to run him. Well, let's say you have up against Dragon Fist Goku. Well, you can't cover change, and then you're pretty squishy, so you're going to die. And top of, okay, you get Vanish back on your main ability. What if I just pop my main with Riku after you popped yours? Remove your Vanish, you're dead. And it's like... That's a sequence for every unit, but again, that Frieza specifically is yellow, and it's like he just gets screwed over even more. Golden Frieza here, again, does work out very well on a couple of teams, more prominently on LOE, because the pure equips, he really, 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 really wants that, because he's not meant for this utility aspect of, okay, let me just, give debuffs and have revival and all these things. No, he's meant for damage. I want my damage. I want my big output. And you want to run him on the best team for his equips of damage, right? So, while he isn't the most fantastic spot right now, he definitely is still. Number 4 is not bad. It's just there's a big gap, right? You see from number 5 to number 4, definitely a gap in the unit's actual individuality. There's a big gap here from 4 to 3, right? Now, 3 and 2, I don't know. I don't know. I really am trying to figure this out in my head. Even 3 to 1 might even be comparable, right? I really don't know. But 3 is Tapion, 2 is Whis. Now, let me go over why I feel like Tapion's actually a little bit better solo, but worse than Whis. Team. Again, you have to factor in team when you're thinking about this. You have to think, what is this unit's best team? What is the units around that best team? And then vice versa for the other units. So Tapion's best team is himself, Ultra Gogeta, and Dragon Fist Goku. Okay, then I look at Whis. Whis' best team is MUI and droids. And it's like, okay, let me break this down even further. So, Whis and droids. That's, let's say Whis is comparable to Tapion, so let's say they're both like 12th in placement. Okay, then let me see droids to Ultra Gogeta. Okay, it is droids outshining Ultra Gogeta in 95% aspects, besides that lock-in aspect, right? 95%. So droids, okay, Whis' team is already winning. And then MUI to Dragon Fist, I think they're actually equivalent. I'm teetering more on the MUI side than Dragon Fist Goku, while MUI doesn't have the, spunky, amazing bullshit that he can do 24/7 with the gauge. He does have the gauge, right? Dragon Fist Goku, his utility ends at 20 counts after no special cover change. Well, again, he does have it. It's just, it ends quickly. Like, it's just less utility innately than auto-dodging. And a high cut. That's really it. He has strike cover change. Yeah, that too. But he has a high cut. 60%. Okay. But when I'm thinking about them solo, it's like, Dragon Fist post-gauge is better. But what is that? 10 to 12 cards to get your post-gauge with Dragon Fist Goku? MUI, in a more normal circumstance, is better, probably. But post-gauge Dragon Fist is, well, See what I mean? It's kind of complex. Because you have Ultra Gogeta and droids, you can compare them, and it's like, okay, droids win. But then you have this tie of these 2 units here, and then these tie of these other 2 units. It's like, it's hard to rate this actual unit solo, because while Tapion's probably better solo, it's just a big gap between the droids to Ultra Gogeta. It's not even that wide. It's just, it's existent, right? And then the gap between MUI to Dragon Fist, I feel like if they're not equivalent, MUI barely takes the cake. Especially on that setup, and you have the green cards. You have your gauge. Like, if you're not spamming green cards with 17, 18, you're spamming green cards with MUI to auto dodge everything. I mean, that's innate stalling. That's innate, free combos if you actually like pick up what your opponents are doing to try to like get your gauge out. You get your timer counts down. Like, that's valuable to get your timer counts down, because then, okay, I swap out to my androids and I start infinite comboing you and then kill you. Like, it's not like that's a big deal. It's pretty easy to do. But Tapion solo really, Tapion solo dogs on Whis. I think it's so damn close though. It's rough, man. Again, Tapion could be number 1. I'll go on number 1. A little bit compare Tapion. Honestly, all of these 3 could like be all interchangeable, but like right now I feel like it's very concrete with at least 4 to 5, right? Tapion though solo, I mean, he does everything, right? Tapion is surprisingly as good as he is. Dude, what the fuck? What? I never looked at his stat spread. What? He has higher defense than a defense type. Okay. He's support. What? What the hell is that? What are your stats at 14? Because they're both 14. Bro, his strike is almost as high as Golden Frieza's, and Golden Frieza's equivalent in strike and blast. Okay. Maybe that's why he's so good. Holy shit, they fucking beefed this boy. Bro, what is that stat spread? That's actually insane. His strike is high as a normal, like, high stat for offense on a blast-based unit for a strike. Then his defense are higher than a defense types. What the hell? They beefed this man. Okay. But Tapion, I mean, he does 97 different intangibles. He does 97 different things. He heals your allies. He supports your allies. He debuffs. He has a good ability. He debuffs. He does an AoE explosion. If you get killed by a purple, shit, if you even get killed by a neutral unit while using Tapion, who, by the way, lowers sub count by 10 on Rush for himself to die, because he wants to die, even though half the time I kick this guy for second man standing, because it's just like, he still does good enough damage. It's like, it's worth keeping him to sack off somebody else off if they're like so low. It's like, alright, you know what? I'll keep Tapion at this point. He does enough damage individually. It's like, I keep my support type over some LFs / like really good units sometimes, and it's like, sometimes it's worth it, man. You get that death later on, you kind of like plan out a purple killing you, and it's like, oh, well, Tapion, come on down. That AoE does so much. AoE death nuke, man. Kind of makes me think, though. This character is defeated by enemies self-destruct. Majin Vegeta? Ultra Majin Vegeta Part 3? Self-destruction? Yeah, I'm just saying. That kind of makes sense. Boo does it too. Super Boo does it. I mean, I doubt he'd be an Ultra, but still. Overall, though, damage inflicted. He has decent damage inflicted. He has 50% cut. Now, this guy actually looks like he has 50% cut. Again, you look at Golden Frieza compared to this guy. He is boosted by Tapion. I have to preface this. It's obvious. Every new unit does get boosted in PvP. He is boosted, But I feel like all his intangibles still make him in this realm of a top 3 1% unit. At least top 3, right? If not number 1, he's top 3. Again, the intangibles, minus card draw speed, a debuff, seal enemy strike guards, lower own sub count. Again, there's more intangibles, right? When he switches, he draws 1 new card for your ally. Gives you support. And then he gets his own damage inflicted. He's getting more strike damage inflicted. He's sealing enemies blues and greens. He seals them for 5 counts and gives health restore debuffs. And then his main, doesn't that also give a health restore debuff? I'm pretty sure it does, right? It does not. But his unique Steve. So it's fine. He does enough, dude. He does enough. He'll seal blast, greens, blues, and reds. Doesn't he seal strikes somewhere? I swear on everything, I feel like he seals strikes. It feels like he does. Yeah, he seals every single arts in the entire game, besides purple awakened arts, which I believe Red Bojack is the only meta-relevant, not even meta-relevant really, meta-relevant unit you could use, and or ultimates. Ultimates are time-gated. Bojack's thing is time-gated. He seals every arts in the entire game, lowers own sub count, has an AoE nuke, has good damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure he stacks his blue card damage, yeah, while doing green cards. He also spawns a green card for himself, so his blue card's gonna hit like a fucking truck. Then he's stacking strike damage while doing strikes, while no special cover change. It's the Gogeta blue effect where you just pop a green card with this guy, you caught them mid-sidestep when you pop that main ability in the green card, boom. I do 4 strikes in my hand. By the way, he gets card draw speed that can be stackable, right? Double card draw speed that can be stackable there. Changes the blast into strikes. Spam click those strikes. You're going to nuke because you're building up strike damage while just doing insane damage on your own. Tapion individually dog piles Whis. Like, really, individually. But I gotta respect Whis, man. Whis has annoying shit, but it's really good annoying shit. Especially, kind of counters out Dragon Fist Goku what Whis does, because Whis and his uniques here, and by the way, stat spread on Whis will not be as impressive as Tapion's, I guarantee that. Defenses actually aren't too bad. 3k less than Tapion's, both support types, but, you know, this guy's a little bit older, so it does make sense. You should have higher stats the newer you are, usually. RIP Kaioken times 20 Goku. Oh, sad story there. But, the intangibles Whis can do, which is pretty nice, is, you know, scroll of support. This really, really fucks over Dragon Fist Goku, and again, you're, you know, deciding between the 2 teams and the 2 units. Again, you factor the teams. Well, Whis is screwing over that core unit on that team, which would be Dragon Fist, right? I mean, Ultra Gogeta is probably better, yes. He is better, actually. But it's still a core unit getting screwed over by a support type here. Reduces ki by 25 when facing an enemy, and minus card draw speed. 3Ku has innate card draw speed forever, and he gets a double card draw speed, I believe, on his main, right? Well, you have this. 3Ku's a build-up. So how he builds up is you just spam cards. You probably have like 5 to 7 cards in a combo because you have this card draw speed. Well, with Whis existing, you'll get to do 4 cards, maybe 5 cards, maybe. But you won't get to do this entire thing because Whis exists. So that's just one great attribute of Whis. It really screws over 3Ku, which, I mean, he's like a top 10 unit in the game. So that's just, I mean, that's just innate value there. But what Whis does individually is pretty nice stuff. Card draw speed that cannot be canceled, and then no special card change for 60 timer counts. Now, this is very good for one specific reason. There's like only one specific reason. Stalling. Now, I like this idea of a stalling with this team of red, purple, purple, because MUI can stall, Whis can stall, droids hit hard, they go boom, boom, and nuke the shit out of you, and you win the match, right? Simple stuff with the process. With this, you farm a rush. With this, people actually don't even notice that Whis no special card change. I don't know how people don't notice, but they just don't remember, right? You're not running into Whis, you're not seeing Whis. You're only seeing Whis for one card, then they switch into their androids, and then they infinite combo you, right? So you just stay with Whis, you farm a rush, you get to farm green cards, because you're not going to pop the green cards. Whis, just do these blasts, do these strikes, get them out of your hand, wait till you get the green cards, then go to the droids, right? Just do all that simple stuff. It's very easy to do, and you have that intangible. Again, more stuff. Support, 20%, 15% support as well, so 35% support to anybody in the game, while Tapion is getting support is not as high. For himself, Whis maybe not the greatest stuff in damage output, but the green card holding makes up for any damage Whis does lack. Honestly, Whis is a glow-up, right? Whis is just a straight-up glow-up. Also get key recovery back, which is very nice, because you have, like, these infinite combos going to happen with these green cards that are long combos with the androids. And then, you know, his own arts, don't really care for it. Strike, blast, blue, whatever stuff. But Whis can do his job. in a very good manner. And again, red, red, purple, or red, purple, purple. No, red, red, purple. Yeah, is a it's a top tier team. But the number 1 unit, again, I do feel like 1, 2, and 3 can be interchangeable, but I do feel as well that number 1 is probably rightfully here, right? It will be Revival Frieza. I think Revival Frieza goes anywhere. I mean, you run Revival Frieza, Tapion, and the droids. I feel like that's a really good setup. While it's not focus fired on the droids, even though, by the way, you have green card spawning with this guy in first main, Tapion on main, so you have 2 green cards spawning. Pretty good. Not as much as Whis, yes, but 2 green cards spawning. You also have this guy having Revival. I mean, you're not running into Cell. I know Cell is very valuable right now to where you should be seeing him. Honestly, you should be seeing him a lot more. You're not. I don't know why. It's just how it is. There's no Revival notification or Revival screwers or screw overs that are existing right now in PvP from my experience as someone that's been playing this entire season, top 100 to like 500 ranking. I'm running into Cell once every like 50 matches, and that's on a good day for Cell. G4 is not existent right now. I mean, he just got replaced by Dragfist Goku, for fuck's sake. You're not running into him. He's free to roam. While there is greens around, sure, he's still free to roam. He has a Revival mechanic. He's spawning a green card. He can run him LOE. You could heal your allies and give support. I mean, the Revival mechanic's just that strong to where I value him as number 1. And while he might not have the greatest stuff, just like as an output damage dealer and all these things, like there's nothing fantastically broken about him in damage, right? He's okay. Oh my god, what? Jesus Christ, his blast stack goes high. Oh my god, never mind, his blast can't go high. But you're not using this guy for that damage output. You're using him to eat a rush. You're using him to stall a rush, because second main, he destroys 2 Dragon Balls here, draws a blue card, all that stuff, lower sub count. He just does these things that gives his value just a more peak situation, I feel like, than Whis and Tapion. Because again, the best team in the game being this red, red, purple, I keep messing it up, red, red, purple setup of Whis, MUI droids does exist. But what about the units that are free in that? I mean, this guy is free for that beginning of the matchup, and I mean, you could probably like 2 or 3 card MUI with this guy. Now, that's not to say, yes, I know blue beats red, and that's a thing, but you have this stalling factor of the green card as well. I just feel like this Frieza can do kind of anything he wants for free. It's not really any issues for him. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he just, I mean, the debuff, the Hell's Restore debuff, like, again, if you're running with LOE, you're going to give the healing to yourself, and it's like, he can just do whatever. He just feels so free to use. Like, there's no negative. Again, you run this Tapion droids. Frieza setup. I did that in the PO video. Dude, okay, who do I take a rush with? I could lower suck out by 10, take it with Tapion, or I could just go to this guy, let his first life die, then it becomes stronger and better, and it's like, why would I not do that? And again, you're spawning green cards for the droids. You're helping the droids out. You could just run that setup. You could run Revival Frieza instead of MUI. Given it's not going to have the same output of stalling, but you can have a higher green card spawning rate, more Dragon Ball reduction instead. It's probably a better setup than MUI with, you know, the droids and then Whis. Honestly, blue, would that be bad? Oh my god. Did I just think of something that could be, like, actually broken? Blue, red, purple. Leave a slot Whis because they're both PO units. You have Rose bench, because that would be, well, bench-wise you'd be screwed over, huh? Bench-wise you'd be screwed over. Maybe not. Maybe that setup wouldn't be perfect, but it'd still be very good. Blue, red, purple with this guy instead of MUI. Full color synergy as well. I mean, you could just, well, Rose does, no, he does God Key Future. Does he not do PO? I don't think he does PO. That's the ability, damn. That sucks. But the premise is there, though. This Frieza, he just has incredible value. I feel like it's only gone up since he's released. Again, I did this video in content times 20 earlier, and it's like, oh, comparably, it's just so sad how he's done. But it does show you guys, I mean, to look at these units, this is a very, you know, recently released unit. This is a very recently released unit, literally just released. This is a very recently released unit, same banner as Whis. And then this is the oldest unit here, so Legends is having a power creep to where, you know, number 5 to number 1, given number 1 is shaky to like the top 3, but number 1 to 3 are all in the same realm. Number 5 is such a far gap between number 4 to number 4 to even number 3, such a far gap. It does show you Legends power creep is coming and is happening, maybe not as quick as it happened during the Legends Fest, but like, it does feel like it's happening. But Let me know what you guys think of my top 5 here. Again, Zamasu Goku Black being number 5, Angel Gold Frieza being number 4, Tapion being debatably number 3, the lowest. Highest, he really could be number 1, but I'll say number 3 for right now. Whis being number 2, to where Whis could also be number 1, debatably number 3 as well, but number 2 for right now. I need more experience with Tapion, really, that's it. And then Frieza being number 1, again, debatably, these top 3 can all be swapped with one another, and I would not mind it at all. Let me know what you guys think of my top 5 1% Sparkings right now of June 25th, 2022, and I'll see you guys in the next one.